I mean, Equality Florida is a civil rights organization. We are the activists. And so we've found ourselves in a different role of not only being activists, but needing to be grief counselors for our community where there's a tremendous need right now. And it's really hard to be activists when, we're the ones that are supposed to be helping people and we're kind of falling apart ourselves.
We immediately set up a GoFundMe page, a fundraising page online for folks to be able to give to the survivors and their families. And from the very beginning, we pledged that every single penny raised would go to those directly impacted by the Pulse tragedy, and we've kept that promise. And to date, it's raised over $8 million, which is just so much more than we could have ever imagined, and just goes to show you the desire that so many people around the world had to take action in the face of this unthinkable tragedy.
Out of the tragedy has emerged some wonderfully good things, not the least of which is the unity of our city. I think that pain is the common denominator of the human experience. That when we are in pain, and no matter who you are, who I am, when we're both experiencing the same pain and the same loss, we're immediately bound together. And so what we saw in that was that groups in our city who might not have otherwise, spent time together or thought about one another, there were barriers that were overcome because we were all feeling the weight and the pain of that loss. The conservative, what some would call the evangelical Christian church, has not necessarily always had a good relationship with the gay and lesbian community, and frankly, I think we've earned that reputation. We have not treated them well. Tuesday night after the shooting, we had a prayer service at First Baptist Church. We had about 3,500 people there, and in the middle of the service, we had a time to pray for the gay and lesbian community, and we had members of that community come up on stage, and it was just there was a real unifying sense. And since that time, we've had conversations with the leaders of the gay and lesbian community, and what can we do as Christians to love you better, and how do we love each other and enter into a relationship?
Well, the community has been resilient, but we're shocked. Shocked that something like this could happen in such a inclusive and welcoming city for LGBTQ people like Orlando is. Orlando has always been embracing and accepting of the LGBT community, and it's just really hard for something like this to happen here.
It's too real, it's too recent, and we don't want to forget. We don't want to stop caring, and there's still a lot of people that are physically healing, and there are an awful lot of people that are still emotionally healing. I think we're healing, but moving on almost sounds like leaving something behind, and I don't think there's any man in our community that wants to leave behind the memories and the lives that were lost.
We really are moving forward together. We're moving forward stronger than ever. But God, we are grieving. This has broken us in a way that I didn't know was possible. But your support really did mean so much. The way that you all responded, the way that you all showed up, the signs that said "We are Orlando," the vigils, the international news coverage highlighting the stories of these survivors and their families. It was moving, it was touching.
To see countries all over embracing and reaching out to us, to see rainbow colors lit up everywhere, still gives me goosebumps. It just gives me goosebumps. And so I think that there's a message in all of this, that there will always be evil people. There will always be someone with hate in their heart. There will always be violence. We try our best to rid the world of violence, and we have to keep trying. But for all that is bad in the world, there is so much good, there's so much love, there's so much caring, and it's just important for the good people to keep speaking up and keep speaking out and keep doing the things that they do, because that's the only way you defeat. That's the only way that you defeat hate, and that's what we did here in Orlando. We defeated hate with love.